Welcome back, everybody. It's time for our deciding game number 3. Cloud9 versus LGD Gaming. Winner of this best of 3 moves on to play Na'Vi. I believe that will be our final match of the day. We've got 2 more semifinals headed your way after this game 3. Hopefully it's an exciting one. I'm LD of Beyond the Summit. I'm joined here by Winter, but he's not actually here. Winter, how you doing? Winter. I guess he's not here. Unmute your mic. But the draft has begun, so assuming all is well. K-pop, we good? We good? We're good. We're into the draft, and I believe Winter is AFK and will rejoin me. Don't abandon me, man. You're supposed to carry me this cast. But yeah, ban's underway, and we see Razor and Death Prophet get through. Oftentimes, these heroes ban in the first phase, but the main reason is really this Doom ban, which is a hero that's been less popular lately, especially in Starlighter Europe. It's been often, if it's even considered, it's banned in like the second stage. And you go back to like TI4, especially during the group stages, Doom would just be an auto ban, even in the first phase at times. But yeah, he's kind of been up and down. Still a strong hero situationally. And well, with the Razor first pick, LGD will reply. Death Prophet, of course, doesn't care if you steal her damage and loves if you want to run next to her so the Ghost can hit you faster and do more damage. And they get a Skywrath Mage to pair with this as well. And let's see. Winter is replying, but not talking.
You were muted just now, I think.
I was muted?
Yeah, I can't hear you. I just heard you talking.
Did K-pop leave me hanging? No. Okay.
I think it's fine now.
Fire the audio guy, they're saying, but I think we just have a little desync. Okay, Winter, so draft unfolding quickly. We see a Razor first pick. Death Prophet, Skywrath Mage, the reply. Prophet, Nature's Prophet now picked up, so I believe we'll see some more null tallies this game. But I guess the big difference is LGD get the Skywrath Mage, so they get the really powerful laning support that can set up early kills and control the tempo of the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, Blade Mill is also good against, like, if you look at the current 2 heroes LGD have, DP and Skywrath, which is, they have spells that they sometimes can't control the damage output, so Blade Mill is obviously good against DP and Skywrath if he wants to go on that route again.
And I imagine he does. I'd be very surprised if he does.
I got a feeling you're not a big fan of the Blade
Mill.
No,
I don't think the Blade Mail is bad. It's just of course I feel like as with all builds, it's like sometimes there can be a better build, but it seems like it's very strong, and I think the main thing is just being aggressive early. Like that really threw LGD off. The constantly shifting lanes, the Clinks ganking mid, getting a bottle early, Skywrath getting the offlane farm, then Nature's Prophet showing up to gank. Like, they were just a constantly swirling mass of heroes. There was no clear laning, and anything you can do to keep them on their toes is good. And that's where Nature's Prophet just as a hero is nice for Cloud9. Like, the hero can be anywhere. He can make adjustments if the lanes don't start off well. Pretty much better than anyone. And I think that more than anything is what caught LGD by surprise.
Yeah, and he's also like one of the few heroes that can use the jungle, so you can be greedy with your supports, taking all the lanes and stuff like that. Sort of like you said, it fits like C9's playstyle, the greedy playstyle that they have, efficiency.
Yeah, and just versatility as well. And they banned the Sand King this time around. LGD don't want to give away that very powerful roaming ganker, and let's see where they go from here. Earthshaker was their long-ranged initiator last game, and he wouldn't be bad to go with the Skywrath. Pretty scary roaming duo as well, but they're still waiting on that third pick. And C9 go ahead and ban out the Void. Mostly, I guess Void would be good with both heroes, really. You've got the Chrono into Mystic Flare, and then the Chrono into Death Prophet Destruction. So either way, Chrono into a lot of damage. Pretty good combo.
Yeah, but we're getting a lot of games where Brew is actually getting ignored. Brew is not actually wanted by the teams so badly anymore. Usually we see in a couple of the last few games they were just banning the hero in the second phase.
And they're really taking their time with this one. The Brew ban is, I guess if you pick Skywrath, it kind of protects your Brew pick as well, because it seems like probably the best hero in the game besides Doom to shut a Brew down is the Skywrath through the early to mid game. So maybe a Void is fitting a similar role, but that silence is extremely annoying to deal with. So going Skywrath opens up a Brew as a stronger follow-up pick. But they actually go Earthshaker, so the hero I mentioned, just very good roaming, and like you said, he can stack, he can pull back your off lane, and on Dire side, that's especially important. So just a very flexible opening.
But I just feel like like the brew just now, like the brew plus Death Prophet provides your team a lot of team fight capabilities. That's all. But the Earthshaker right now means that they can have more control on the off lane, get more experience. So you can go for someone like a Tide on the off lane to pair with the Death Prophet ultimate, and you'll be able to get, like, usually Tide has some trouble getting experience, and you're going to keep stacking the Ancients, and Earthshaker can actually do that work for you and help you get the creep wave nearer to your tower, so you can get experience, plus you don't have to go through the trouble of stacking yourself.
Yeah, I mean, he can't farm his Blake as quickly as the Sand King, but he makes up for that in just, like you said, his ability to just creep lane equilibrium, as well as just his more reliable early game initiation.
Basically a lot different than Sand King. Sand King is like, you get an item. The way you support your team is you get a quick blink and you just make stuff happen.
And then you make stuff happen.
Earthshaker is like, you don't need anything, but you keep
your team protected. Making things happen.
Yeah, you protect your team. Like, you keep bad things from happening to your teammates. It's more like it.
Yeah, and Wraith King. All right, so a support hero that we've seen Zai loves to play in the past, and it's on the EG run very often. We have seen the carry Wraith King occasionally, but I don't see that match up too well against the Death Prophet. Like, you run close to her to try to right click her, and you just die.
Why not? Blade Mail. You get double Blade Mails. Prophet, Wraith King, just
okay, so basically any hero can carry with the Blade Mail. That's Winter's theory. Let's see. Maybe they'll go 5 Blade Mails.
It's not that bad though. Support Wraith King, you get a Blade Mail.
No. I don't think getting the Blade Mail, but I just like why not? You can carry anything. You just get a Blade Mail. Easy carry. But,
Blade Mail gives. Look at Wraith King. Wraith King, he needs mana and he needs armor.
Wow.
Blade Mail gives you intelligence and armor.
Sylar Lone Druid. I remember when he used to play this a lot, but it's just been mostly Morphling Weaver and Invoker over the past like 3-4 months.
Yeah, they're much more versatile though, I feel like. Lone Druid, it's like, for example, some fight happens in the off lane. If you're TPing a Morphling or you're TPing a Weaver, for example, compared to the Lone Druid, obviously TPing a Morphling and TPing a Weaver is more like, you have more presence, you're more threatening towards that team fight. Whereas if you're a Lone Druid, you see a team fight happening bottom, you're just like, screw this, I'm just gonna push my lane's tower. So basically you do very different things compared to those two heroes. Alright,
now a Warlock for Cloud9, and the last time we saw the Warlock, if you didn't catch game 1, if you're watching the Navi series, it was an unfortunate game for the Warlock, and I think it gave him it gave a lot of people a really negative impression of the hero, but I have high hopes AUI can do it justice this time around. That Blink Dagger was not a game winner though.
Wraith King is like a carry that has trouble sticking to the target to hit. Warlock sort of solves that problem, right?
Yeah, that's true. That is a big issue with Wraith King, and it's also, again, I think it really works well with Razor, where it makes it harder to run away from his ultimate. It's more likely to hit you. The static link is harder to break, and it just has good synergy between the two. But at the same time, when his ult's down, he's pretty much just got the slow, because AUI is not skilling Fatal Bonds.
There's one more thing as well, Fatal Bonds. If he decides to skill Fatal Bonds on Lone
But that's the key, man. He skills it very late, it seems, like compared to the kind of traditional way to skill the hero.
Yeah, compared to how MVP plays that Warlock, it's totally different.
Yeah, it still can be very effective, but the first game was not like the ideal showcase. LGD are a little afraid of that combo though, and so they do ban the Elder Titan. We saw Bone7 go mid on that in game 1, and it was pretty good. I think the Elder Titan did a lot that game, but unfortunately, he just couldn't gank the Ember Spirit or the Morphling, really.
Okay, they need a clockwork now to gank the Warlock, maybe. To lock down the Warlock from casting his Upheaval. Something.
Yeah, you're not getting off Upheaval without a BKB, and even then you could still get hooked.
And good luck getting a BKB on support Warlock.
Plus Cloud9, well, I was going to say they don't like their BKBs, but Envy did rush one last game, so.
But like you mentioned, it was a really good game to get a quick BKB.
The times, they are a change in Winter, but fifth pick will now come out for LGD, and it's a Darkseer. Very nice synergy with Death Prophet in theory, and it's just a hero that hasn't been popular as of late. But
I think if if it synergizes with Earthshaker model, with the Death Prophet, it's like just the silence, you vacuum into the silence, but Earthshaker is much more reliable.
That's true. It also lanes well against Nature's Prophet, and it used to be that we'd see that matchup a lot, and Darkseer normally would win because he just creep skip and then dive him at the tower.
And I think the second reasoning is like the Darkseer. In my opinion, it's like at this situation, if your opponent is running a support that doesn't have stun, you just pick offlane like Darkseer, you can just annoy them, and he can't kill you. And they have a melee hero on the safe lane, so it's the Ion Shell is ultimately going to be harassing him a lot, taking a lot of damage, and with the roaming Earthshaker and Skyraf, which I expect them to do, leaving the Lone Druid to his own devices a lot, they're going to have a lot of windows of opportunity to get a kill because the Wraith King would most likely be on low on HP if he's a carry Wraith King against the Darkseer's lane.
Yeah, that mobility, it's very good against all those slows, that's for sure. So, I mean, really, what are they? They've got Hellfire Blast and Sprout.
Man, up hero is useless when you have Surge.
We saw the Centaur ban as a way to try and make the Warlock pick more effective, but they'll go Tinker. Okay, I was gonna say I feel like they need something that really requires a lot of attention.
I like the Tinker a lot because LGD's lineup is like based on pushing one lane heavily with the Lone Druid and the Death Prophet, but Tinker is sort of like a counter towards that. And Wraith King carry, like I mentioned, this game feels a bit really difficult because of the heroes they have. He's gonna be up against in the lane.
Yeah, I like it a lot as well, and it at the same time LGD could brute force it if they're able to keep the Tinker down a bit early, if they do find the pickoffs. But I mean, if you want a hero to stop a push outside of a support like Keeper of the Light, Tinker's got to be at the top of the list.
Yeah, Tinker's the best.
Yeah,
no doubt about that.
Not to mention, you never want it to go late. Even if you have a Death Prophet or Lone Druid, I mean, they do good damage, but he's going to have an Ethereal Blade, so you pretty much won't be doing anything to him. Ghost won't hit you, Bear can't hit you. You'll need a Diffusal Blade to do anything.
I'm having this obsession with Blade Mail. I think Blade Mail is good on either teams now.
Yeah, well, versus Tinker, it's definitely a good item. So we'll see. It's something like the Death Prophet could maybe pick up, Darkseer perhaps, but I'm not so sure we'll see the other heroes get it. Anyway, Game 3 underway, guys. LGD versus C9 winner. We'll move on to play Na'Vi today. We've got 2 more best of 3s after this one. The loser, not eliminated, but drops down to the lower bracket of WCE China, $168,000 tournament. The first major LAN after TI4. Thanks all for joining us for Beyond the Summit's coverage of this tournament. Hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. There will be 2 more days of action tomorrow. Another 4 BO3s on this channel, another 2 on BTS2. Mott has graciously stepped in on day 1 to help us out there, and he'll be doing the same again tomorrow. But yeah, with that, let's introduce the teams. We've got Yao playing the Death Prophet, in July the Darkseer, MMY the Skywrath Mage, Faith will be on the Earthshaker, and that leaves Sylar as the Lone Druid. Used to be one of his iconic heroes, hasn't played it too much recently. On Cloud9, we've got Pylai as the Wraith King support. That puts Fada onto the mid Razor. Expect a mech. Bone7 will be playing the Nature's Prophet. Eternal Envy the Tinker, and that does leave AUI 2000 on one of his new favorite heroes, the Warlock.
New favorite heroes.
Don't you feel like he's always got a new favorite hero? Like if it was Jakiro, it was Visage for a while, now it's Warlock. Like AUI always falls in love with the hero. He doesn't just like, oh, this hero seems kind of good.
I can tell you why. This hero has a built-in Rod of Atos.
An AoE Rod of Atos.
That's the reason.
Yeah, it is quite similar, that's for sure. Well, Pylai will find a double damager in, and he'll go on a really aggressive mission here. Looking for one of these supports.
Maybe because the Earthshaker will be running back from bottom after blocking the creeps. Maybe he's waiting for the Earthshaker.
I think he really wanted to go on mid, but unfortunately that was scouted out. Won't be able to make his way in. So he'll head back towards top instead, where they'll be dual laning, and once again, the Null Talisman will be rushed by Bone7. We'll probably see 2 and then into the boots. And
well, they're chasing July out of the lane though.
Yeah, he is, oh, okay, he's got level 2 now, but he might have to use the Surge soon. But that's the key thing. Get your level 2, and at the very least can stay in this lane for a while. There are no stuns bottom, so they can harass him, but they can't easily kill him. And already the pressure's going to mount on Envy. And this will prevent AUI from getting any easy pulls off. Fissure's there, finds Bone7. Now the Bear coming in. He drops low and will end up going down first. Pylai, his hero kind of stutter steps for a second, but really nothing he could do at that point. So first blood going the way of LGD.
This time the 2 versus 3 didn't go wrong for LGD.
Yeah, that was a nice Fissure block. And the difference is this time Winter, they have the Skywrath Mage. They have a hero that actually hurts when he goes in at level 1.
Yeah, and not to mention, this block was like the Earthshaker could still right-click the target, so it was a lot better than the last block.
Well, in July is playing Ring Around the Rosie here at the bottom lane. AUI tries to harass him from one direction, but then Envy's got to go and pull back the creep wave towards the tower. He doesn't want it to push in.
This lane is really, really good for the Darkseer. Darkseer, they can't really kill him, and Darkseer has a lot of space to do whatever he wants. Like pressure the lane down and then just go jungle if he wants to. If he finds a stack, well, middle lane Prophet's coming in.
They found a haste, and Pylai dies about... Oh, he's about scouting them out, but meanwhile, Yao's also being pursued. Fada, trapped in the trees, got driven off in an awkward position. Saw the gank coming, but too late to get out safely. And
Skywrath with haste, he's gonna do a lot of damage to Pylai if he wants to. The bear is coming in as well, maybe block with Spirit Bear. And
a little body block here. I think they're going to get the kill. One more nuke, a few more right clicks, down he goes. Already 3-0. LGD again firing on all cylinders. This feels more like that game 1. It's like neither team can just have an even start. It's either one team stomping or the other is, and LGD want to keep the momentum flowing. They smoke up immediately after this. One more clarity on MMY. It'll bring his mana pool up for at least a couple of Arcane Bolts.
This is a really good move though, LD. They need to pressure the Tinker, because Tinker's like I mentioned to this before, Tinker, Storm, or something like that's on the safe lane is a very key target. You need to shut that hero down because he's very greedy.
And they don't have a great Tinker counter. Like, they don't have a Storm or that type of hero on their team.
They're probably going to get 2 kills though if they do this right.
AUI's dead for sure. The question is if Envy makes his way out. They get the Warlock, but...
I don't know, man. I feel they could have just ignored the Warlock and just go for Tinker. Go for the bigger kill.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they have no clue that it was coming.
Pylai does have a teleport scroll, and maybe they saw that and just thought it wouldn't go their way, but... That's all I can think of, really.
Yeah, it's a little risky though, but I felt like there was a very good chance that it'll work because they have no idea the gank was coming.
Well, if the Tinker is at least going to be playing a little scared right now. They'll actually try and dive him here with a concussive shot. If they get a perfect fissure, might be enough. AUI TP's in. Remember, they can still bring in the Wraith King, but they really don't want him to abandon that top lane. So, in the end, won't fully commit. In July, too low to jump in, and it's pretty good for them.
You know, this is the same tempo that they are doing. Bone 7 goes up for a few levels and starts the jungle and leaves the support at top. But the main difference is this game that they didn't get the early kills.
They didn't get the early kills. They gave them up, and it's a Wraith King, which does benefit from levels, but I feel like can't really take over a game the way a Skywrath can if he gets a fast snowballing start.
Yeah, Wraith King is more like he's much better, like he progresses better than Skywrath with items, though. Much greedier support.
That's true. I don't know how much farm we'll see for Pylai Dai, but at least getting that quick level 6 can allow Cloud9 to take some early fights and potentially get more aggressive.
Yeah, middle lane, they might actually wait for the Skywrath to TP mid. The Earthshaker is actually Faith is actually sitting on the high ground, waiting. Skywrath is coming.
By the way, Winter, I just want to point out that Fada has really been dominating this lane. 22-9. It's only a 12-1 Death Prophet. Yao has really struggled, and he has not been ganked or really pressured too much in the lane.
There was one time I think when the Prophet came down, but that actually resulted in Feta dying.
Yeah, that was more like I think they were like reacting to the gank of LGD. But yeah, he's just getting crushed.
Yeah, DP, I mean Razor is obviously better soul mid than DP, but I didn't actually quite expect him to be losing that badly though, because like DP you can just still swamp, take no top lane.
Another roam, another kill. We've definitely seen this movie before, and Sylar gets the last hit. 36 CS, 1,300 gold in the bank, phase boots on the hero. If he wants to rush a Midas and then into a Radiance, kind of that old school Bulldog build, he's well on his way to the Midas.
I'm thinking actually maybe he just goes for, because they are winning so much, he can just go for like the quick Radiance, because he'll get it quite early. The game momentum will be really good when he gets the Radiance to push early enough.
Well, he wants to get aggressive. He does have his ult ready. Unfortunately, he's taking a lot of damage before he's able to pop it. He's lost most of his health. Sylar might go down here. One more right click would end him. One more, but he can't quite get in the range. The Nature's Prophet didn't have it. Oh no! Their best on the hero. If they kill the bear, it's not enough, even with that extra damage when the Spirit Bear dies. But it does cancel Sylar's salve, and well, his time in this top lane is a little bit less fun after that.
Well, he actually survived because he has phase boots on the hero.
Yeah, and also because
really
the Nature's Prophet couldn't get off a second right click. He just couldn't get in range for it.
Yeah, because he was very quick with the phase boot.
Yeah. Just couldn't quite pull it off, and That's a big loss for them. They've rotated their Razor top. They gave a little extra room for Yao to breathe, and they also let this Darkseer get more aggressive in the lane. He hits level 5. He's... Oh, just trance harassing. But yeah, he's working towards the mech, and I guess that's pretty much what LGD should aim for, is get the mech on Darkseer, get the Death Prophet, drums, Yule, something like that, and just start taking towers, look for the Roche. If nothing else, bottles Cloud9 up so only Tinker can really leave the base.
Yeah, and I like what this Darkseer is doing. He just basically kills the camp, but he leaves a creep there so that the Tinker can't do it later.
And it's not a good creep. This is the sweet spot in the Radiant jungle.
Yeah,
very annoying.
Small little things. Yeah, small little things help to slow the Tinker down. But he's gonna get his bots fairly soon.
Yeah, he's off to a fantastic start, and you know, going to the safe lane doesn't feel like he has to stop off for the bottle because he's not under that much pressure, so he can get them that much quicker, and then AUI gets the lane. So, like you point out, I think that's what one of the things Cloud9 really excels at is just constantly making sure they're maximizing what they're getting off the map. The Prophet goes in the jungle so that the off-lane experience can go to the Wraith King earlier. Now we're seeing the same thing bottom with the Warlock and the Tinker trading off.
Yeah, they're giving a lot of space to their Jiang Yu, their supports.
They don't want any useless heroes. You know, we do see that sometimes, less so nowadays, but just really underleveled supports that they can't be an impact after the 10-minute mark.
The hunt for the Tinkerinos.
But Envy's in a... Oh no. One more march. One more march. Might be one march too far. They're close to him. Oh, he's so low. Poor Envy.
Oh, he got it.
He got his bots in time. He just bought them in time. But Fada not... in trouble. Fissure's ready here. Do they want to go on him? Oh, it's on the wrong side. Fada should be fine. In fact, he turns out with the Plasma Field. He wants to go back in, but Yao has the ult already going. And they don't want to dive into that Death Prophet. Not without a little more backup, which is coming in the form of AUI 2000. Same build as last time, Winter. No points of Fatal Bonds, just the AUI standard of upheaval max and secondary max in the nuke.
I think that this build is better for the support Warlock though. To be honest, because I said the last game, right? Because of the longer cast range, it's actually more likely that the support Warlock will actually use that spell better than the Fatal Bonds.
Yeah, it has a deceptively huge cast range / AoE. Like, you can catch people from pretty far away, and then game 1 he got the Blink Dagger, at which point you're catching them from like a screen away, basically.
Sylar Bear. Sylar Bear. Okay, I like that.
That's good. That was that was worth 3 claps, Brian.
His name was actually Syla in Dota 1, right? Yeah, Sylar Bear.
Sylar Bear, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was very clever. I approve. Although I'm undermining his humor by mocking him. Sorry, Brian. It's been a long night. But hopefully things heat up soon. We're just seeing free farm for Sylar right now. 3,500 gold banked up. Relic not too far off.
He's gonna go for the Radiance Rush, like I expected. And he even bought a Quelling Bat this time so he doesn't get into the same situation the next time.
Yeah. No Sprout shenanigans from Bone 7, who did not get to go straight for the Blade Mail. He had to get the Treads first, Winter. It's a sad day for Bone 7.
He didn't even get a Bessie this time around.
But while Sylar's busy farming up his Relic top lane, they are about to work their way towards an engagement at the Rune. Fada's fighting, ready to fight near the Roche, I should say.
Envy has a huge Ancient stack here, 3 stacks. Gonna give him, okay, not that fast to his blink. He still needs to buy his bottle first.
Yeah, but he's farming very quickly. This is pretty solid Tinker farm, and it would have been a lot better if it wasn't for that gank earlier. Still though, they're not doing much to shut him down.
Yeah, they had a ward just now, but it expired. They placed a sentry to block, but they still managed to get 3 stacks off. And it's gonna be a relic on the bear right now, at 10 minutes.
This is like a 13-minute radiance, probably, something like that.
Yeah, depending on whether they get the tower and another extra tower, which I think it won't quite happen. So he's gonna have to farm all the money from the lane and the jungle.
Oh, this would be a great time to kill him. This was always the thing when we used to see Lone Druid is, you know he's gonna have a radiance, you gotta try and slow it down, and they will find him. Oh no! Oh no! They can't! The face boots are keeping him alive. The Sprout won't actually be there, even though it comes through. He's able to get out. The missile's over the top, just not enough. Sylar drop low, but look at the upheaval slow with the Golem going to work is enough to burn him down, and it's looking for more. It's pulverizing MMY. It's 2 down. It's 3 down. Eternal Envy getting quite a few kills there, but the heavy lifting definitely done by AUI 2000.
Oh my god, that was so intense, that slow.
Okay.
Oh my god.
They need the Darkseer there when Warlock's going to work, man. They need that surge. They need it bad.
Oh my god, that was so crazy, that slow.
That the pulverize, the flaming, the immolation. Oh my goodness, that thing hurts.
Is that like called Flaming Fist?
Yeah, flaming fists.
Pulverize is Primal Split, right?
Yeah, it's. I feel like it's. I call it pulverized, but yeah, it is a different name for the spell. Hey, either way, they got pulverized.
Thing,
that's
right?
for sure.
They do the same thing, right?
They beat the crap out of you.
Yeah, I mean the splash around.
And the best part is after they got the 3 kills, which by the way Envy got 2 of, so Blink Dagger's nearly out.
Yeah.
Then they farm the enemy jungle.
He always does this though, LD. He always creep skips as Tinker, playing the Tinker like a Naga. Sometimes he'll be here, sometimes he'll be like blinking into the trees this side here, and he'll just put his march to cut off the creep wave, or he's gonna blink TP.
Yeah, as long as you've memorized the creep timings and know like what time they're gonna be at a certain place, you can pretty much get them from anywhere as long as you've got somewhere to TP into.
Yeah, it's just like you have to be careful whether they have heroes that can catch you out. Like LGD's heroes are not that easy to find him. They don't have some super mobile hero to catch him like a Storm or Bat Rider.
Yeah, and with the lack of that, it puts more pressure on them to end this game in the next like 15 minutes, honestly. Maybe 20. They don't want to wait beyond that.
And the game is probably not... Maybe just do some structural damage.
Yeah, yeah. Well, not get a firm lead on the game.
Look at this! Where's the Warlock hiding?
Look at the range on this thing! It's slowing all the way to here from there. Oh my goodness.
How can you push versus this? The march.
You can't. I think that's the answer. But if you're not pushing against the Tinker, what are you doing?
It's like up. We were talking about the last game. We were saying the Warlock slow plus Midnight Pulse. I mean, with the march, it's even worse.
That's and that's something where the blink then becomes a threat. If AUI wants to repeat his blink Warlock build,
yeah,
where you get the blink and there's always damage to come from ARP, so it actually is. You can use the blink effectively all the time, which is what you were talking about.
He's not getting a point booster, so he's probably gonna get a blink.
Could maybe be a 4-staff, but I think he likes his blink, man.
Okay, he's doing the Fatal Bonds now, so he's changing his build this time around.
Pretty big dive on mid lane, but nice fissure.
Oh, look at that slow.
People, the creeps are just poking and prodding at MMY. They won't kill him off, but the pressure's definitely there. While Envy top lane is getting really aggressive on Yao. Drops the level 4 march, then he blinks back, and this Tinker is playing with balls of steel, which normally, against a lot of drafts that are meant to deal with Tinker, you can't do that. But, like you said, just not much mobility to gank him.
Yeah, that draft is not meant to deal with Tinker.
They're meant to 5-man, but just that one kill in the lone druid, it feels like it's slowed down this Radiance by at least a minute or two, if not more.
Oh no, here comes Fatal with that Invis rune. Oh my god.
That is a sad Earthshaker. While that was going on, the Death Prophet got a tower denied top, but still, it's a tower down. More space for the Prophet, the Nature's Prophet, and the Tinker to roam.
Yeah, this is looking really bad for them already. LGD is in a lot of trouble against the Tinker. The Tinker last pick was very good against his lineup.
Yeah, and it just, we haven't really seen the power of the Lone Druid yet. He had a really good laning stage. The Radiance is, I believe, on the Courier now. But
yeah, he has the Radiance already.
But he's got Radiance when Tinker has probably got the makings of his Dagon. He's at least got the Staff of Wizardry about to come out.
I'm thinking he can actually, this game for the Tinker, he can actually go for a Ghost Scepter first before the Dagon. Ghost Scepter does a lot of work against the Bear and the Death Prophet.
Yeah, that's true. And Death Prophet don't want to affect you. Pilot Knight caught out mid, but he has his ultimate. That's they do get the kill on the Wraith King, and he will not have his ult for about 4.5 minutes. But
yeah, the level 1 ult is it's like you deal, even though you don't kill him, but you deal a lot of damage to him.
Okay, so this makes sense. Now LGD says, you know what, the ult's down. If they fight in here, who's coming in first? It's probably the Warlock, I guess. Speaking of that Warlock, yes, guys, that your eyes do not deceive you. It is a blink on Warlock. Something we never would have seen like a month ago, but with this good start, Winter, I expect big things from it. They'll take
the Warlock would be able to do a lot more. I mean, he can actually just like you said, blink into somewhere and hide and just drop the march at a very good position.
And the siege comes mid. Even though they've picked up the Aegis on the Lone Druid, it's the Bear just getting focused down. Eternal Envy, more marches being spammed. Makes it hard for LGD to even approach their own tower, let alone go on the offensive. And Pieliedie just doesn't care that he doesn't have his ult until this Eul's comes. But do they get an entangle? No, they don't. The rock comes. Plasma Field's flying through as well. They do manage to cancel the upheaval fairly quickly, but they're still being routed. Run back. Sylar will lose his Aegis here most likely, and once he loses it, he comes back as regular Lone Druid. So they might be able to bring him down a second time. No, don't want to force the issue. The Bear will clear off the Golem at least, but still, the damage done. And that's without the Wraith King ult and with an Aegis. Imagine if those two things aren't, if those two things are reversed.
Yeah, DP didn't have ulti for that fight too. So
that's true.
Also something that they were missing, a lot of damage.
But that's the nice thing with Tinker is he can always fight. He doesn't have cooldowns.
Yeah, he's actually still gonna go for the Dagon Rush because they are very far ahead. Doesn't really care about having that Ghost Scepter. He's just gonna maybe make a Dagon 1 and then have a Ghost Scepter after.
With the Dagon 1, he can solo kill the Earthshaker. The Bear will probably lose like a third of its health from that. He can solo kill the Skywrath.
The Sky Mage, the Skywrath and the Earthshaker is just food for him.
And they need that, especially the Earthshaker needs to get off a good fissure for them to take these fights. And they will try for it, but just a casual zap flies out and the Bear gets sprouted up. I think he just resummoned it. If it goes down again, he's not going to have a Radiant Spare for a long time.
It's dead.
Yeah, it's dead for a minute. Well, time for Cloud9 to push. They're pushing at 18 minutes with the Tinker and a Prophet. I mean, why not? They're just so far ahead. It doesn't feel like it. Like, Gold's even. Experience is even, but... I mean, like you said, where do they go? You can't gank the Tinker. If you do, you send 5 heroes at him, and then even if you kill him, Prophet split pushing elsewhere. And there's a high chance that they turn on you with a smoke gank and you lose everyone. I'm flummoxed, Winter. I don't know where LGD go.
Yeah, they're in a very bad spot. Like if you talk about the state of the game at the moment for them, it's really horrible for them to be here. They're getting pushed against the defenders.
And I think like the other issue is that they lost that Aegis. Like when you run a Lone Druid kind of mid-game pushing lineup, you want to take objectives with the Aegis. They did not even take the tier 1 mid.
Yeah, they couldn't.
In fact, they lost their own tower with the Aegis. But we'll see. We'll see. They'll have to dig deep to turn this one around.
I just feel like the Lone Druid, like it came to because they waited for the, like you said, they needed to wait a long time for the Radiance, and then at that point the Tinker was already ready to defend. They needed some, I don't know. I just feel that they needed someone that comes online faster. They can fight earlier.
Oh, they are.
Oh my god, they were just camping the.
That is a cute combo, but also a little bit dangerous. Oh, Fissure will find AUI though, and he tries to deny himself to the neutrals. Echo Slam had to be used to prevent that. And well worth it to get a kill. Get some momentum, but still can they push in. Tinker slowing them down with the March. Cloud9 already retreating out. They may forfeit this tier 1, but... Oh, do they get more than that? The Fissure onto Pieliedie. The ult's about to cool down. It's only a few seconds to go before it's up. The tower will fall, and it looks like he'll get a second ultimate without dying. Still not level 11, though, so this one will have a very long cooldown whenever it does pop. But, I mean, they need a pipe, Winter. I feel like that's an absolutely mandatory item at this point.
The Dark Seal will be built it, but he's actually building a BKB instead, because there's... I don't know about the BKB, though, on Dark Seal.
I think they need a pipe.
Yeah, I think they need a pipe very badly, too.
But even if they had one, I mean, it might not be enough anyway.
Maybe the Lone Druid's gonna build it. Not too sure. Lone Druid has a lot of cash. They're gonna wrap around the Death Prophet. Yao is looking in a lot of trouble here.
And he's going to walk right back into their waiting arms. He does have a Eul Scepter, but does he even get it off before going down? He will. Still damage being stolen through this Faith. Dropping the Fissure, but now the Golem follows it up. They quickly lose 2. More about to fall. In fact, the third drops. The Skywrath Mage drops from the skies while Sylar gets clobbered. He's now sprouted in with the Golem, and the Golem just overwhelms the Bear. An ultra kill for Eternal Envy. Got all 4 of them. But once again, Cloud9 just running LGD over.
Yeah, the Darkseer wasn't even in the fight. He went back, he was like regenning at the base. I don't know, man.
They just have no like tempo control. They have no one who can gank.
I mean, their lineup is basically just they need to group and just push your tower in front of your face, and Tinker is there to stop that. Ganking is very hard after the laning phase. Like, they made a lot of good rotations at the start with the smoke, the Earthshaker and the Skyrock, but basically, after that phase of the game, during the mid phase, like I said, they didn't have any like storm of bat to catch the Tinker and the Prophet, so Tinker and Prophet is just basically left alone to do whatever they want.
I mean, you go back to that one gank bottom where they got the Warlock right here, just south of the river, and hold that thought. They've jumped in on Angelai. He gets sapped down.
I know which one you were talking about. You were talking about the one where they chose to kill the Warlock instead of going for the Tinker.
Envy was like right here when they came in. I think they had vision of him from the Darkseer, but they went for the easier target in the Warlock.
It's like you said, the Wraith King could have TP'd in because the Tinker was nearer to the tower and stuff might happen.
Maybe it wouldn't have worked, but looking back on it, it's like, man, I wish we had slowed him down just a little bit more if you're LGD. And Cloud9 are just in full control of game number 3 at this point. The Dagon's now level 5, so as soon as the Ethereal Blade's out, well, we all know what happens at that point. Zapparino, Feederino.
You can make a Skype call to Excalibur and ask him what happens after that.
Well, you mentioned Envy and his love of hiding behind towers, and he's up to it again. That's a very aggressive position, but like you wouldn't do that against certain heroes, but against LGD, there's nothing they can do. And they're just setting up ganks everywhere. Now they're going on Angelai again. Tinker jumps in. He might even solo kill Angelai. As soon as that stun's there, a few more right clicks will end him. One more chop, in fact, and down he goes. Burns to death from the Hellfire Blast. They can't leave their base without 5. And that's without the Prophet coming. Prophet's just off on his own farming.
That's their lineup all about, right? Just group. That's the reason you pick the Darkseer. Just group and fight. And you have that Prophet, like, that's the thing why I didn't like. I mean, the Darkseer, wasn't the thing that I didn't like the most. It was like the Lone Druid. Because Lone Druid basically means your lineup is just 5-man lineup. Most of the time, you can't really catch. He's not like some other carry that can actually fight earlier or provide your team more. He's just pushing and stuff. And in this type of lineup, in these type of situations, he doesn't help much. He can't kill the Tinker, he can't kill the Prophet alone. And they are just free to split push the map, and it's so hard for his team to play.
Well, LGD are not giving up yet. They are going to try to find a way out of this predicament, but we'll have to see where the comeback begins. Roche could respawn relatively soon, and maybe they say, you know what, we'll get an Aegis, we can take a tier 2. If Cloud9 screw up, potentially we can look at a tier 3 or Rax, but that's a lot of ifs. And Cloud9...
Yeah, I think the best means of coming back is during the team fight where they can land the vacuum into Fissure. That's like the best way of them coming back. They can't really split push and farm as quick as C9. There's no way they farm more than them, and their heroes doesn't allow them to catch them easily as well. So in the team fight, they're just gonna hope that they get a good team fight and they win, and they just maybe get an option to get Roshan after winning that team fight or something along those lines.
Yeah, it's basically they're in the reactionary mode, and when you run this lineup, you want to be the ones dictating.
Oh, they might catch me.
Oh, he's got really aggressive here. They do have a Yule Scepter. He zaps Yao, then missiles him and blinks away. He could go back in. No, just a little too far out is Yao.
He's not very fun.
Look at these. Look at the treants of Bone 7. They've been doing this all game, but they're just constantly around the map, giving Envy all kinds of extra options for where to TP. They'll use one of the top ones now.
It's like, you know, the what's that hero? Pit Lord's ultimate. Basically, Tinker has it now. Everywhere. He can go anywhere with the treants.
Yeah, he can't braid his buddies with him, I guess, but... Speaking of Pit Lord, I'm looking forward to seeing that here on the game soon. Hopefully.
Oh yeah. It'll be really fun. It's like a global snowball from Tuska.
Yeah, he's one of those... I feel like he's one of the heroes that's been reworked the most by Ice Frog in Dota 1. Just constantly receiving changes and remakes, like, on the level of Treant Protector at times.
I'm a fan of his Firestorm, where he actually damages tower.
I love the old one, the Corpse Expulsion, where
oh, that's a combo with Dirge, you know, Undying Tombstone.
Yeah, that was a really fun combo. But not in the game yet, man.
Yeah, talking about this game, LGD needs to land their vacuum Fissure combo, Echo Slam. That's their way. That's their ticket back into the game.
If they can get like these, if they could quickly bring down, well, I say quickly bring down, and Razor's got 2,000 health. Alright, you're not killing Razor. It's really got to be the Tinker. but they can't find him. They'll go Roche instead. This is, of course, scouted, though I don't know if C9 are going to fight it. No, they don't want to go now. They can't. Their lanes are just too pushed in. Top lane's at their base. Bottom lane's nearly there. And
they need to wait for this heart at least. The DP almost has her heart already, like 300 gold. She's going to sell her now, I think. Oh, she's 75 shot. She needs to take one more creep. I mean, after this heart, I think they have to go.
It's really... And I feel like Lone Druid just can't do anything against the Tinker. I guess if you get a BKB on the Bear, but otherwise it's just constantly... It's blinded, it's ethereal form, it's losing half its health to the Dagon. The Bear just is useless, no matter how many items you have on it.
He's not useless if he has BKB on it.
Yeah, if he gets a BKB, he can have a little bit of impact.
A little bit of impact.
But we're also talking about, that's where Tinker's going to have his next big item after the shotgun, which is up now, by the way. Dagon 5, Ethereal Blade, Blink Dagger, Boots of Travel, all at 27 minutes. Yeah, Eternal Envy is fully online.
That's very, very fun.
That
for
is
27 minutes.
Yeah, 255 CS, nearly 10 a minute, with lots of kills.
Even at
they have found him, though! They did find him, though! The Echo Slam's there! The Fissure follows it up! That's what they needed, and they get him! They get him quickly, but the Golem might turn it. Death Prophet ult's been deployed. They will kill off the Golem. In July lives for now, and Bone 7 joins the fray. No buyback from Eternal Envy. He doesn't have the money for it. Still, they're trying to force this fight. Oh, they needed a beautiful trap, and they got one. AUI lives for now, but the Bear can finish him. That's 4 dead. It's going to be the Wraith King a second time. Oh, maybe not. Blinks out to the right before the Radiance Burn can disable his Blink Dagger, and it's just got to be perfect to kill him. They've been waiting for 20 minutes for that one chance, but they do nail it.
Yeah, that vacuum.
Oh my. They need they need one or two more of those, I think.
It happened because he didn't complete his BKB. He went for Blink. That's why it happened.
They needed it. If he had gone for a BKB, like, Tinker just kites you, runs away, and then comes back in.
I mean, I understand why he's going for the BKB because of he's anticipating a lot of spell damage, but I feel like Darkseer in this position, you just need to make sure that you get that combo right with the Earthshaker. That's the only way they're winning the team fight. And without the Blink, it's very difficult.
You think they can do it again, Winter?
I still think C9 is very much in control. They can just be more cautious with their positioning. Just now, that fight, it happened because they were camping in the trees here, and you know they are going for Roshan, so there's this chance where it happened here. I mean, I don't really blame C9 too much because this positioning, it's advantageous to Dire all the time. So the Dire side can always make a better call in this situation.
The Treants just keep on parading in. They're not necessarily going to go, but you just you see that Treant, and it's like, it's not a Treant, it's a Tinker with a Dagon 5 Ethereal Blade, if he wants to come.
I like how you put it.
Yeah.
It's like you're seeing a relocate already.
Yeah, but he doesn't actually have to commit anything, you know?
It's like the threat itself is bigger than the commitment.
Yeah. Well, LGD will have to outmind game C9 at least once or twice more.
Yeah, so LD, they have 2 Blade Mills up on the Razor and the Wraith King.
Where are the Blade Mails on LGD?
None. Non-existent.
Do you think that's a mistake? Like, should you be getting them now?
They don't have good heroes to get the Blade Mail, that's the thing.
It would be okay on Death Prophet at this point, I guess.
You want big items on Death Prophet, but they're gonna try and damage a lot of the tower. Wow. That Dagon.
It didn't get the Bear, but really just pummeled it. Forced them off the lane. They will, however, draw them back. LGD unable to completely break the base. They did have to blow the Death Prophet ult, and now they're being chased down on the way out. Faith gets caught out by Pylai Dai, and more reinforcements inbound as Fada brings up the rear and looks to go. They blink forward, looking for the upheaval. Just going to throw out the Urn Charge and the nuke instead, and Faith will be sacrificed. But Bone 7's also here. Wants to find the Darkseer and pick him off, but doesn't have a stun. He will TLP away to safety, and meanwhile, mid lane, Eternal Envy's at the tier 2. Cloud9 suddenly everywhere again. And actually everywhere.
They did 100 damage to the tier 3. That's all. That's all they got.
It cost them a Death Prophet ult, an Earthshaker, and all the lanes getting pushed back out against them.
They badly need that pipe though. I don't know who's gonna build it. Seems like they don't even bother. Only Syla has
this bear, they really want it. One more zap and it will be done. The third rotation comes and say goodbye to your Spirit Bear. He needs a BKB on that ASAP.
He has like 300 gold. Did he buy something else? Oh yeah, he's buying a BKB on the back. It's a hammer on the back.
Well, it just doesn't do anything without that. So I think it's a mandatory pickup. But I still worry about, you know, things like the March and the fact that the Razor's just constantly stealing damage while you're going for that siege. But they're gonna need another good vacuum. Let's see if C9 get grouped up too much. For now.
Yeah, but on the good side of things, like they have Lone Druid and DP, which are both really tanky now. So there's a lot of time for the Darkseer to wait for that perfect moment for him to just vacuum and get the combo off.
He can be very patient about it.
Yeah,
that's for sure. And C9 are being very aggressive about it. Take down the tier 2 mid. And now can look to drop down some wards and set up for the next Roche. Probably about 4 or 5 minutes off. And they'll get the lanes pushed out here as well. And I think if you're LGD at this point, you got to wait for that next Roche and maybe even 2 more Roches before you can break the base.
It's gonna be a very, very long game, I feel.
Yeah, 32 minutes in. If you haven't made coffee and you're in the US right now, I recommend it. Because we've still got 2 more best of 3s after this, guys. This is only game 3 of our second match of 4. Lots more to come. Winter, are you gonna be able to make it the whole night, man? I don't want to kill you.
I'll be dead soon.
It's not very reassuring.
I'll try my best.
Don't die on me, buddy.
I'm just feeling that C9 is. They just need to be careful though, like you mentioned. Don't group up too much and just. They can even just rat though because the Prophet has chosen to get a Necrobo. So they don't really have to fight though. If I'm C9, I'm just be very, very contented trying to chip the towers down and just avoid fighting as much as possible. Because fighting is the ticket LGD need to come back into the game. They get a good fight, they just back into the game.
Yeah, and if you're gonna fight, you'd like for it to be with like 6 slotted Tinker, buybacks available, all the lanes pushed in.
6 Tinker? Are you kidding? 6 slotted Tinker?
Alright, 8 slotted.
12 slotted
12 slotted Tinker. Okay. Let's test Envy's micro here.
LGD has like a 12 slotted bear or something.
I think at some point it's just too much though. When you have actually 12 items, like your usage of the first 6 becomes so less efficient that I don't think that having the additional 6 to play with necessarily makes up for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you have BKB, you can use BKB, then put it back, and I mean, it's still good.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely having more than 6 is good. I don't disagree with that, but 12 is like, 12 is too much, man. Too much of a good thing.
You can talk to Dandy for that.
That game was very impressive, I must say, but, you know, I think the first 8 were more than enough for him to carry.
Look at Bone 7.
He will get the BKB, just feeling like the only way he dies is to that Vacuum Echo Slam. And the Skywrath Mage Ult.
I feel he can still die though. If let's say for example he gets caught by a fissure and he activates BKB after that, no follow up, but the DP ulti and the bear would actually still be able to kill him. That's the dangerous part about even you have BKB doesn't mean you're safe though.
C9 on the prowl again. Heading up the middle lane. Pylai was in front. Now it's Fada who leads the way. Still looking for an opening. LGD.
Kill the bear. The bear hunters.
They want something more than a bear. They want the Earthshaker. They get him too. Zapped by Eternal Envy, and now the chase goes on to MMY. They'll have another E-Blade Dagon momentarily, but he actually makes his way up to the high ground. The Tinker a little bit slow to jump in there. Then Envy pops his BKB. Doesn't get anything out of it.
Oh, wasted his BKB though.
Yeah, and that does not get rearmed, so that's down for a long time.
He's gonna drop it at base, maybe? Pick up something else?
No money to pick something else up. Hey, it's still stats, man. Did he mess up a rearm there? Because it seemed like he was really slow to jump in a second time.
No, he chose to cast a March before he go in. That's why he was slow.
Okay. It's still a pick-off on the Earthshaker, and I think that's going to continue to be the concern for LGD is if he's ever visible, they just lose the fight. Like, he just dies. So maybe, he's almost got to be smoked or hiding in the trees.
This is the time where you get a Shadow Blade or Shadow Amulet on the Shadow Amulet on the Earthshaker. Just hide somewhere, or Quelling Blade, just hide in the trees.
Pull off some X-Freedom shenanigans.
Oh, I'm serious. I'm not kidding. I mean, you can't get seen by the Tinker. If he sees you, you die instantly.
Yeah, I agree.
There's only like other 2 ways. It's like Shadow Blade and Quelling Blade, just to find somewhere you can position yourself, and the Tinker will never find you.
I actually think Shadowblade's a really underrated late game item. Like, if a team loses their gem, or they just don't have room to carry detection, like, really, really late game.
I mean, if you get the Shadowblade and the enemy, for that one fight, have no clue that your Earthshaker has Shadowblade and then lose, just because of that and they have a gem after, it's already worth it.
Yeah. I mean, again, situational, but...
Oh, Tinker!
Oh no, Envy!
Oh, no!
Caught out mid, but not dead yet. They need a little bit more to bring him down. He's gonna zap one. Can he make his way out? Looks like he'll be okay.
Oh my god, that was close.
Yeah. That's still... Uh-oh. He's... Uh-oh. Envy! No mana! He goes down anyway. Oh, he didn't have mana for a rearm.
Oh my god.
And he got caught in the trees. If he had just made his way over, he could have walked away.
Yeah, he could have blinked somewhere and just walked away. Oh dear.
He could have just... He couldn't walk away, Winter. He had to see that one through. Envy just felt compelled.
The Earthshaker, I would say the Earthshaker kill was just a bonus. Playing that dangerous was just punished. I mean, he deserved to die for being so dangerous.
I like the cloak on the Earthshaker. It's so ambitious. It's like if he's shotgunning you, you're still dying anyway. But hey, maybe he'll build a pipe if this goes on long enough.
Didn't the bear get a pipe? Oh no, he actually didn't.
They really haven't gotten much farm recently, LGD. And the graph is reflecting it. Down 12k gold, but I feel like it might be even a little more in terms of net worth. They're hunting someone. Pylai die, but there's no profit here. There's no Tinker here. And they really can't get in range to do anything.
Yeah, look at the rat going top already. It's gonna try and chip the tower a little bit. Tower's down to half HP.
And eventually, it may be Bone 7 more than anyone that wins this game.
Yeah,
because
I think Bone 7 is the key person here. Maybe he goes for... I'm actually thinking of along the lines like maybe he goes for a Manta or even a like Dazzle so that he can actually break the base. I don't think they are too far ahead in a 5v5 engage. I think LGD is actually confident now if they take a 5v5, even though they have Warlock ulti and the Wraith King ulti. I still think LGD is much stronger in this situation now. Furthermore, they have the Aegis and Cheese.
And I guess the one issue is, even if LGD get caught, Death Prophet and Sylar's Lone Druid don't die right away. Like you mentioned earlier how tanky they are. If Tinker gets caught, he dies right away. Same for Prophet. Maybe I think Razor's fine with the BKB unless he gets chain stun, but they're the ones who just die if they are out of position. Whereas LGD have a little more margin for error.
Yeah, that's why I feel like C9, I mean, they can just try to avoid fights as of the position now. Just wait for the Aegis to just wear out. They have the better dodging lineup. They can just dodge with the Prophet and Tinker and just wait and wait until the Aegis expires and then see from the situation whether they are good enough for them to take a fight or they can just continue stalling the game until... Who knows, the Tinker has 12 slots or whatever. And then the Wraith King has like full slots, 6 slots Wraith King, 12 slots Tinker.
You know, it's really too bad you can't pull your teammates' rapiers like you used to be able to. Then Tinkers would never stop farming.
Oh my god. Please, no.
Icefrog, you should totally revert that change from like 5 years ago.
Oh, middle lane.
Highlight Knight is gonna get chased a bit here, but Warlock is slowing this one down. In fact,
look at that man up.
He's manning up on the bear.
And just look at how far that Warlock is away from that fight when he's casting.
He's like chilling over here and slowing people over here. That's just insane.
Yeah, it's just really underrated. Seriously, that spell is so good.
It's funny because I would say it was ignored for like most of Warlock's lifespan.
Yeah, it is.
Like most of his time in the game. And he's been in the game for what, like 6 years? Something like that.
But to be fair, it got buffed recently where it sticks on the target even after the spell ends. That's the thing that it needs. It sticks, its stickiness was for 3 I think it's for 3 seconds or something like that.
Yeah. Thought is chasing now, Yao surged away, but they TP in further with Bone 7, they want to go. The Ghosts are still flying for the time being. The Tinker did clean up Skywrath Mage though, who buys back immediately, and Eternal Envy just waits on the sidelines, looking for an opening to jump in. Yao's BKB ending soon, a lot of damage being drained, but doesn't want to commit to this. While In July is caught in no man's land, has a TP, will use it now. They pinged to each side of where he was, but he's already gone.
And that was a very good pickup still. The Skywrath bought out and he lost his gem. I think the gem is on Highlight Knight. Is that his gem?
Yeah, they have 2 gems now.
Okay. Still a bonus pickup, the gem. They're continuing to stall the game, which is, I think, the best play they have in this situation. They don't need to take any risk to try and fight LGD and just have a risk of losing that team fight and losing control of the game.
And not only can they get stronger, but they've got like the best buyback lineup in the game, practically. If only they had a Spectre. But just Tinker Prophet. I mean, it's one thing to have buyback and Boots of Travel, but you have buyback Boots of Travel, and you can constantly be anywhere on the map, which is quite a benefit. And not to mention, when the Tinker shows up, he can kill your entire team. So it's like you said, it's just this. It's like the higher percentage way to play the game. Just keep on farming. Keep on spreading the map. Make sure that if it does come to a deciding fight, that you've got as many items as possible and extra life just to throw bodies at them if need be.
Yeah, I mean, they can try to take a fight. I think they are still quite strong, but it's just like you said, a higher percentage play. You don't need to risk when you're already in control of the situation.
And they do get a hard on Razor, so Fada tanks up by quite a bit. He'll be well into the 3k HP range with this one.
Yeah, 3.3. I think hard gives you around almost 1,000 or 1,100.
Yeah, it's just about.
Yeah, it's 1,000 HP.
More than enough.
Yep, more than enough, but not enough blade mails, I would say.
You cannot focus Fada in the fights. That's not the hero you want to be going on.
I mean, the key hero they need to focus is they need to kill like the Tinker and the Warlock. These two. If Warlock drops his Golem, then just screw it, forget it. You just need to kill the Tinker. But if Warlock doesn't drop his spells yet, he's a very key hero to kill in C9's lineup.
They do get a basher on Sylar.
Needs to bash.
I guess the thing is, like, if Earthshaker catches Tinker, you probably can kill him, but this does mean that even if he BKBs, you might still be able to lock him down if you're lucky. Or if you get the Abyssal, even if you're not.
I mean, it's a good pickup for him. I'm actually not really sure what else actually gives him what he needs now. He doesn't need to push the creep way faster with the Maelstrom. He's already pushing very fast. He just needs the lockdown to kill stuff. Because they can't kill stuff now.
Uh-oh. Phone 7. Oh no. Oh, the fish is off! Oh, the Echo Slam's off too! That was so close though.
Oh my god.
Just barely missed it. This is like the absolute corner of that tree line.
Because he has no vision there. That's why the vision just like, oh my god.
Yeah, you're hitting a much like wider swath of territory if you shoot it that way, but didn't get the angle right. This is this is what they had the one fight, right? Like the vacuum into Echo Slam, and you know, I said they've been waiting 20 minutes for that. They've been waiting another 20 minutes and they haven't found another fight. And that's with Cloud9, like, that's even with making, like, slight mistakes. Imagine if they didn't make any.
Yeah, Paladin is already, if you look at his items, he's already starting to become that 4th carry for the team already.
Yeah, he's one item away from hitting, like, a truck. I mean, he hits very hard right now, but...
He really farms very fast. At the moment, he can even push lanes himself quite fast at a quick pace.
And LGD
looking like another 20 minutes for LGD to find the next fight.
And again, it's like Cloud9, the safe move is don't just fight when you have the advantage, but
fight when you have gazillion buybacks.
Fight when you have the overwhelming advantage and a gazillion buybacks.
Yeah, and the Terran advantage, you fight at a position where you know if you lose that fight, someone is hitting a tower or doing some damage to the enemy base. Just you fight with your own terms, basically. You're the boss now.
Oh, this might be the opening here. Twilight Die's waiting.
Oh, the Earthshaker.
Oh yeah. This is bad. This is real bad for LGD. They could go for the Death Prophet. She actually uses herself. That's gonna let everyone
BKB.
Surround her.
Oh no, she didn't BKB.
Oh god. Let the shotguns commence. Does get the BKB off. Could turn with the ultimate and a Shiva's Guard, but with the BKB charge quickly being used up, she will just back. Vada had to use his as well, so it could have been a disaster.
It's a 1-for-1 trade, BKB for BKB.
Man, when that's the game's idea of a trade, you know it's been a slow game when BKB for BKB. We're 46 minutes in.
I swear this is not the slowest games we actually did before. Remember those Phantom Lancer anti-mage games? Those were even worse.
Yeah, but I would kill to have one of those right now, man. I'll tell you. I miss those epic battles. Do you remember the game? Do you remember the game where who was it? It wasn't Sylar. It was
Burning maybe.
No, who was the one who played for the original Vici Gaming? Oh, CTY. You remember the Mad Scientist game?
Oh my god, I remember
where
that.
he like sold his Battle Fury.
Dexter's laboratory game. Middle lane, they're gonna use the Wraith King.
Yeah, they'll use him, but then where's the follow-up to this one? Out comes the concussive shot, and Pieliedie will have to fight this one, it looks like. He gets rooted, then bashed, completely locked in position, still trying to fight the bear, which is slow now, and then quickly shotgun down. It's a bear for a 1-minute cooldown Wraith King ultimate.
It's a bear for a 1-minute cooldown Wraith King ultimate. Sounds fair.
Another great trade. But the problem is, the bear's got a 2-minute cooldown, so if Cloud9 make one more good trade like that, that might be checkmate. And by checkmate, I mean they'll like they'll do 300 damage to this tower.
LGD has to resign before the checkmate.
Yes.
Offer that resignation.
Okay, it might be 20 moves away from checkmate.
20 moves.
We're making progress, Winter.
This game can go on forever until Envy gets a Necrobook and he keeps waiting for cooldown, refresh, Manta, send illusions, hit towers, Necrobook cooldown, send Necrobooks and stuff like that. Oh my god, that's gonna be a long game.
Yeah, he's also got to think about at some point replace his BKB with a fresh one, so a little while before that comes to pass.
I think Necrobook is the next item for him.
Yeah, I mean after that, you know, just to be safe, because you want to be safe.
Oh, here comes the DP again.
Yeah, I'll get zapped once. Can he BKB? They got to keep him locked down, or he might just be able to turn this. Oh, the Golem comes out, but BKB was popped. Now deploys the ultimate and starts chasing forward, but they're just not hitting anyone. They brought down the Tinker once, but they need to do it again. And, well, are they going to be able to? Envy's coming from the sidelines, looking for his opening to come in and deliver the pain, and he will end the life of the Death Prophet. Then Bone7 spouts himself. Sylar's BKB will soon end, and Envy's just waiting for that precious time when he can shotgun him again. And he will do so, but not quickly enough. The bear drops low. They might finish it off, and they will. One more zap.
The bear is the price.
20 seconds on the bear. 3 heroes dead. Did cost Envy his buyback, though. And... what's that?
This Death Prophet is not scary at all.
Oh, okay. Brian's talking to himself.
Yep, I hear him.
Okay. But yeah, do you give Envy the Rosh or the Aegis here since he doesn't have... I guess you need all these items, though.
You just give it maybe to the wall, maybe not the Warlock, the Razor, since he's standing in front.
Envy's found something. He got the bear. And now looks for Sylar as well. Sylar's going to try to turn this one, but the bear can't really do much. Right-clicks Bone7 a few times. MMY's going to melt. And Envy, remember, he did buy back and die. But now the cheese on Sylar will keep him alive for the time being. While in the tree line, Faith is trying to duke it out with AUI 2000. Does connect with a 2-hero fissure, but then 3 to send. End him. And they've lost quite a few. Many have fallen on the LGD side. And Cloud9 get closer and closer to that first lane of Rex.
DP is gonna be out. He's gonna be spamming the wave.
And it's a little risky to go in right now, but they can kill this bear off, and the bear's gonna be dead for a minute. And that's trouble. They look to turn it. In July, blink in, back and wall, but no follow-up. Fada just gonna keep on sieging. And they'll split. They'll send Bone7 to the top side. The rats have entered the ballpark. And then as soon as they come in, he tries to back off. They do hex him, but no follow-up available. So back into the mid. Cloud9 now turn their attention back to that lane. Glyph finally used up, so not gonna be around for this next fight. And Bone7 picks up to the high ground. It's whack-a-mole. Cloud9 just toying with LGD. Bone7 will finish off the tower, and then his team waits. And they channel the slow. The upheaval's here. Oh, it's so frustrating right now for LGD. Yao will join this one, and he, with the BKB, will not be slowed down by the Wraith King ultimate. Now wants to end Bone7. Is there silence ready? There is. He'll pop it. Might get Bone7, but now a story about the Dagons. The Echo Slam's there too. Looking for Fada. He's pretty low. He has cheese. He'll pop the cheese, and now Envy's fine. They haven't focused Envy, and they pause. What? Are you kidding me? Oh, what a time for a pause. The screen went black. Oh, my goodness. Double buyback as well, Winter.
I think this fight, where's the Tinker?
Envy's fine. Like, they already used Hex on him.
Yeah, he has a lot of mana. I think they can win the fight. They can burst the DP down with 2...
Double E-Blade Dagon, yeah.
Yeah. they can kill him.
And the Prophet's back as well. Although he does not have Hex, he does not have Ultimate. He just bought he's buying a Chrysalis, but we're unpausing now. Let's get back into it. Envy, the Hex will end, and he can turn this one if he wants to brisk it. But Bone 7 TPs in and Cloud9 are not taking any chances. They back off. They forced out a lot of buybacks, by the way.
That's the thing.
That's 3 buybacks for Cloud9 now.
C9 has to be very careful when they take an engage because LGD is still really strong at 5 on 5 engage. That's why I think that they are also worried and they know that doing their rat style is just much safer option to win the game instead of just taking a direct fight. They wasted so many buybacks though, that's actually very damaging for them.
This is Bone 7's home. He just lives here. Like, he takes his meals over here, the bathroom's there. This is the front door.
You know, this one thing happened to us the other day, and somebody, the enemy team placed Observer Ward here.
I think it's worth it. He's been there like 10 times. I think he's been there more than he's been seen in any of the lanes.
He's been there more than he's at home.
Yes, so, yeah. It's his home away from home. And he's got nomadic treants that just travel the world. It's quite an adventure C9's been on.
Is the Death Prophet building Sobby Mask? A Sage Mask?
What do you think she's going for?
Orchid? No way.
No. Refresher. Refresher?
Oh, Refresher. Okay, Refresher makes sense.
Someone won a game that way at T4. I'm trying to remember who it was. They had the double Death Prophet ultimate.
Like the 60-second ultimate.
Yeah, that won a team the game at TI4. I actually love that build on Death Prophet, by the way. They just smoked.
I don't know, man. I feel like getting a Hex or so would also be okay.
By the way, Bone 7, he's found a new home. He's migrated to the east.
To the east. Let's go.
Well, it was ambitious. LGD thought they'd actually find someone with a smoke gank, but...
Yeah, and Sylar is already not giving hoots about his bear. He's already transferred all his items to his real hero.
Oh man.
Look at that. The rats.
The best part wasn't even, it's not even that he's ratting, it's that it's like ultimate rat mode. He summons the trance, he pops the necro, and he blinks out, all basically shift queued. It was so fast. This is the most efficient rat you will ever see. I think Bulldog's got a challenger.
No, Bulldog is still the okay, maybe not the most most efficient. Maybe it's hard. It's almost the same.
You're just afraid of Bulldog, Winter.
Why?
Because he beat you up when you were in Sweden.
No.
I heard he abused you.
Oh my god. You actually know our secret. GG.
Winter, there's a hotline for these kinds of relationships.
1-800-666.
Or maybe 322 as an alternative.
Welcome to the Kappa Club 322.
Well, the good news for Cloud9 is this is buying time for their buybacks to cool down. So Envy now, he's got the buyback cooldown available and a fresh BKB and 1700 gold. And are we going to reach Mushi status? There was a Mushi game at TI3 where we had 3 BKBs in his stash and an active 10-second BKB on his hero when the game ended. And 10,000 gold in the bank, I believe.
I don't know, man. I feel like he needs to get the Manta and the Necro Rogue. I mean, getting BKB means you want to fight, though. I don't think you should try and fight anymore. C9. LGD is very strong right now in the team engage.
Well, if you've got Bone 7 to do all the fighting, maybe...
Look at him. New home. He migrated to another spot.
Man, it would really be awesome to have a Bat Rider right now if you're LGD. Then this wouldn't work.
I don't think you can place anything anti-Tinker Wards around here, right? I don't think you can.
Oh, you mean up on the cliffs?
Yeah, here. I've never tried it here.
I can't see where you're drawing. I don't know where here is.
No, I mean here, around the Bone 7 hiding spot.
Gotcha. Oh, I thought there was going to be a fight.
I don't think you can.
You mean like up here?
Yeah, I don't think you can. I've not tried it though.
Yeah, I mean there's spots like in the tree line over here where you could do it. And elsewhere on the cliffs, but I don't think there is.
He's gonna go soon with his stuff, hit the range racks, and just get out. And then wait for cooldown.
He doesn't have buyback for a minute and a half though, so he doesn't want to even right click once. Just drop the Necro Book, drop the trance, and leave.
Yeah, just get a Manta after this. Seriously.
Maybe that's the idea for Envy is Bone 7 will do that. I just need to be able to fight. Like we've already got the building killing covered. Bone 7's all over that.
You forgot Bulldog's motto. Once you go red, you never go back. So Envy needs to go full red that time.
But he hasn't gone rat yet, so he doesn't need to go back. Right?
Why?
See, it's once you go rat. He hasn't gone rat yet.
Come on. Necrobolt.
I don't disagree though. It feels like they're just better off not taking a fight. They can win a fight, but it's just the riskier. It's the lower percentage play.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to risk it. It's pointless.
Well, Envy is not taking that one yet. And Bone 7, this is a patient man right here. A very patient man.
You need to get Brian to write down from what minute he already started to be here, and then from what minute he actually did something.
We need the Bone 7 diaries is what we really need. Today I waited in the trees for 2 minutes. Then I went home. I'll try again tomorrow.
Yeah, and tomorrow I shall wait another 2 minutes to see if I find a girlfriend there.
And if not, well, I'll move to a new home.
Yeah, I shall look in a new home. Oh, it's so frustrating to play as LGD now. I can't imagine.
At the same time, though, it's like it's almost like
they found Fighter.
Oh, hey, they're always in the trees. Where's the bear? Where's the bear?
No, he blocked him.
Yeah, he didn't bring the bear back either.
No, it's on his hero.
Oh, the abyssal's on. Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
he's got nothing on his bear now.
He's already transferred everything to his hero because the bear is like the food now.
It's just food, yeah. Still, he could have maybe gotten a root, but yeah, you'd rather just abyssal.
Oh dear.
That opportunity might not come for another 10 minutes, Winter.
Oh crap! I think did Feta use buyback before that?
No, he did earlier, but it's all everything's off cooldown pretty much.
He might actually be dead for a long time. That was actually quite a crucial kill there that I missed.
Yeah, even just forcing those out. I mean, it's not about the first fight. It's about the second fight.
Yeah, his refresher is. He already has his refresher on the Death Prophet if he wants to. I don't know, man. It seems like they need one more disable item. I'm not sure about this. How much this refresher will do for them? Because they can't. The problem is like it's not that their team fight is not strong. It's like how are they gonna get the team fight?
Well, I mean, can they just force a base race to win that way? I guess the issue is the BKB will wear off and then she just dies. But
oh yeah, true. That's another upside about getting the refresher means your BKB you can use it twice.
That's true, but eventually it does wear off, and then you're left fighting the Tinker with no magic immunity.
Then you lose half HP, then you're dead.
Yeah, a lot of experience with that in Southeast Asia.
Yes, I know, man. I know.
You sound beleaguered, Winter.
It's like every freaking game.
The best part is that, like, Valve won't end our suffering. Instead, they made the pubs worse. They released techies.
At least techies can catch the Tinker, you know? You put mines everywhere and hopefully he blinks into some stasis trap.
Yeah, man, techies would be perfect for Punishy Bone 7 right now. Set up little traps.
They're finally gonna go!
No, there's a surge out. Does they actually commit to this one? They do find the zap. It's on Yao. The Death Prophet's nearly dead to start the fight and could buy back, I believe. No, actually just bought back right now, but it's probably already too late. They lost the Earthshaker as well, and Pilot Eye leaps forward. Eternal Envy standing tall with the BKB. Well, they have the Death Prophet, but Yao's leaving the base. Oh, that's very bold. Now they'll buy back with Narcs here.
No, there's no wall. There's no vacuum more into the Fidget Echo Sam. They have no means of killing them now.
Yao just got caught, and that was the fight.
Syla buy item. Syla item, Divine Rapier, AK. Oh, he goes for a butterfly. This is like what, the 5th rush?
Yeah, I'm not even sure at this point, but I know there's Aegis and Cheese. And,
yeah,
and Eternal Envy's not going to give that up too easily. Death Prophet all gets thrown out. Remember, there's a second one available. Got to wait until the first one wears off, but while he's waiting for that, he's getting zapped from the high ground. Will refresh immediately and look to go again soon. BKB. He pops the second BKB, he's reserving the second ultimate, but does find Envy trapped up on the tree line. He does have a buyback if he needs it. I think he might have to use it though. Not quite yet. Yao driven off. Fada's actually dealing with the Death Prophet problem quite nicely. Brings him down, melts him in a lightning cloud, and that just might be it. The Death Prophet's dead for 2 minutes, Winter. Top lane's being pushed in. They're losing the racks, and I think Cloud9 have finally found their way into the winners bracket semifinals. Na'Vi are probably like, great, they're exhausted now, but they're looking to take this lane of Rax, bringing in more Treants, flexing up Sylar, and focusing on buildings. Not diving too far for kills, just catching the low-hanging fruit. In July, not dead, but nearly picked off by that. Even Faith's got a BKB, amazingly enough. Eternal Envy still has buyback. They've lost another lane of Rax mid, and top's about to fall. They try to bring down Envy, but the Scarith Mage ult just a little bit off the mark. Fada says, focus on me, hit someone your own size, and Tinker's just punching them from the sidelines, zapping them again and again. They both get pulled back into the wall. They bash Envy. They do bring him down once he insta-buybacks. The bottom lane of Rax quickly falling. Bone 7 finishing the base off, and LGD have no death profit for 70 seconds. Sylar finally dead. Will he drop? He will. MMY next, and GG. LGD. They had the one good ambush, Winter, but Cloud9 just didn't really make any more mistakes.
Well played. They had the better strategical advantage though, so I kind of expected them to win though.
Tinker Dota. It's very hard to stop when you don't have a bat, you don't have a storm. They just had no one to hunt.
How much would you trade for that bear to become a storm that fat? Game easy because of that.
Yeah, I think that Prophet would have just been destroyed by that, and the Tinker would have been very vulnerable as well.
Yeah, that's why I felt it was really weird when they went for the Lone Druid last pick. I was like, oh my god, it's very similar. Remember the last game where they went for the Luna, and they had to do a lot of work early game, otherwise the lineup wouldn't work later. This is sort of like a bit similar, where if you don't get a lot done, and then the game sort of becomes like this, where you can't catch effectively with your heroes, and you just got played around the map with the Prophet, and it's just a nightmare. Prophet, you can't do anything against that.
Yeah, they had like a tiny chance to win, but it required a lot of Cloud9 mistakes, and they didn't make many. Guys, that wraps up our quarterfinal matches, but we've got semifinals coming up next. 2 more BO3s, Newbie versus Vici Gaming. Immediately following that will be Na'Vi versus Cloud9, so we're going to have a Western team in the winner bracket finals. Exciting stuff, and well, with that being said, LGD not out of it yet. They will drop down the losers bracket, have a second shot tomorrow. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will return with our first of 2 winner bracket semifinals. I'm LD. He's Winter, and here at Spirit. Stay tuned. You're watching Beyond the Summit.